everybody. Welcome back to Urban Hermit. Cameron Jones here, your hostess with the mostest, also with my co-host.
I was trying to call him a co-hostess with the co-hostess. Yeah,
Mark Nussle. Something boastus, Jordan Jones.
Excellent. It's another week here of the Urban Hermit podcast. Way to be on the tip of the sword, these two, everybody. In current event news, I have a dog named Luca, and
what the fuck?
And he's super. He's a standard poodle. He's a big guy. He's 60-ish pounds, 61 pounds, so he's pretty big. He's half of a human.
So is it going to get quite a bit
bigger? How old is he?
He's 2.5, so he's pretty much as big as he's going to get. But
that's good.
He walks like a toddler still, and he's clumsy. Like, you know,
so he's
that
still a puppy?
You know that Phil Collins deer like dun 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 video? He's that everywhere. Like, he walks into you, like going
up. No idea the video.
It's like a video. You know the Phil Collins like in the air tonight.
I know the song, yeah, for sure, yeah.
It's like
Jordan,
famous,
you have to see this
famous meme of a deer like walking through like a kid's slide and stumbling over everything.
I don't know that at all.
It sounds exactly
I thought you were referencing the actual music video. I'm like, that
no.
I must have missed that.
No, it's a meme.
Does not ring a bell.
It's some young kid culture shit. The point is, he's pretty clumsy, but he's a good kid. He doesn't bark at all. So his former owners were like older and long-term COVID.
They died?
Give me the background.
Okay.
They were just
on how and why and when.
They were too sick and old to continue taking care of him, essentially. So he grew up with old people, so he's just very gentle and quiet, and he's a lapdog. He just likes to just lay on you on the couch, pretty much. So it's been good.
How have they been with the kitty cats?
He's great. He's just very curious and sniffing, and he wants to be their friend, but they're, terrified and hissing, and they're getting close to each other. Now they're like in the same room and they can like sit near each other, but they're not going to be friends for a few more weeks for sure.
Yeah, they'll coexist eventually.
But they're slowly, getting in the same room. But it's just reminding me of other like we had a dog growing up very briefly named Prince, and he just never acclimated to the cats. He would just drag
He
shit
also
out.
didn't acclimate to the family and the life.
I've known you for how many years? I've never heard of Prince.
You didn't know Prince?
We were friends during the time. Like, you probably met him.
We had a dog for...
There's no way I met Prince.
A couple months.
Probably had it for like half a year maybe, but it was winter months.
That's why.
That's true.
We got it in fall and it exited our lives in spring. It
did. It shit all over the house, but also terribly. It ate kitty litter, so it would just drag kitty litter all over the house. It barked. It was aggressive. It was hyper. It escaped constantly.
Cameron, I really wanted a dog as a kid, so my parents tested him out, like with a few like beginner pets, and he failed at every corner. They got him a fish died. They got him another fish. Then one of my sisters took it over, Megan. Then they got him a guinea pig.
Don't talk about don't bring that up.
That guinea pig might still be alive, or whatever. So that guinea pig was around for a while. And then they're like, all right, you've shown your true colors. Let's get you a really dumb dog. So we took him to where you get dogs, and they gave Cameron the choice. And he had the choice between...
It was my birthday.
He pretty much explained the scenario, what we could have had. This house-trained puppy of like 2 years old, but you're going to love him as perfect. But it was a golden retriever. Just picturesque, right?
Oh, there were like two different golden retrievers I remember. They were housebroken, pretty young. There were two, but I was
Blue
adamant.
ribbon dog.
I was like, I want like a puppy. I want it to be young and know nothing. I'm going to imprint on this and train.
So
That was my thought process.
I think this dog came up, pissed on our shoes, and then humped a leg, and he's like, that's the one. Let's get that.
That's honestly what happened. It peed on the floor, and I'm like, that one doesn't know a thing. We can teach it so much.
Well, anyway, selfishly, I'm excited for this new dog because your cats just want nothing to do with me. I tried. They kind of are indifferent, but they definitely won't chill with me.
His name's Luca. He's super friendly. He's very friendly.
Yeah, what's that about, Luca?
It's pre-named. I mean, and I'm.
Can I bring it back to
his name? So I try.
I've got a follow-up question for Mark because I want to ask more questions and just answer. But can I say something that I selfishly told Megan after we found out the dog's name was Luca?
What's that?
So we're trying to come up with kids' names for our baby, and I'm like, oh, thank God Luca wasn't in the running because I would have lost it to a dog.
At the same time, that'd be pretty funny because we ain't changing.
There's nothing better though than like an animal with a person's name, like Dave, like just a dog named Dave. Or like,
hey, Jason, over here.
Yeah.
Mark, you had dogs growing up, didn't you?
Yeah, I had a Cocker Spaniel growing up. Real yappy, real. Didn't like anybody but the family.
I gotta Google it. I don't know what any dog is.
Tough to bring people over.
That dog alone probably kept the OxyClean company alive. The amount of shit that took inside.
Oh, that's not what I pictured. Cocker Spaniel, is that what it looks like? It's a pretty dog.
Yeah, they're cute. They're beautiful.
Yeah.
It's just they're.
He was a window yappy dog a little bit. He was a little aggressive about people walking by, if I recall.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And then there was Tucker, the little fucker.
Wait, why do I remember
that for
Tucker?
real?
Was that your aunt's dog that came over? That was someone's dog.
We were dog sitting for
Tucker,
my
little
grandparents. And it was just, that's what we dubbed, just Tucker the little fucker.
Tucker, that fucker. I do remember him. I was like, wait a minute, whose dog was that? Why do I recall? Chris Reimer had a bunch of dogs growing up. His parents.
Oh, yeah.
He had 3 dogs that were, what were they? Were they Shih Tzus? No, they weren't.
It was like
What were
Lacey,
they?
Macy, and Tracy or something like
Roxy, Roxy.
that. Rocky.
I don't remember anymore, but there were 3 little dogs that
It might have been
never
something like,
liked me.
It might have been something like Macy, Lacey, and like Doug or something. Like just one was just a
one guy.
The only the type of dog just based off look that I want, but I know I wouldn't do its lifestyle justice, like a husky. Are those?
I
chill?
know, right? Those no, they're very active dogs.
Yeah,
I've
I
always
don't-
said this. They're beautiful dogs. They have piercing eyes, but you need to be an active person to have anything like that. And I'm
Oh,
not.
that leads me to my first dog question for you. What's the walk-in situation like? You got to walk them?
Oh, well, interesting. Okay, so he's a pretty confident dog. He's very nice, but he's really skittish outside. So, like, any noise, he's just kind of jerking around. So, like, he doesn't really lead too much right now. He's just, like, kind of up against your side. So, like, he's not big on going outside. He likes to. He's a couch potato. He just likes to hang out inside for the most part, which is
My type of dog.
kind of a problem right now, though, because he doesn't have any verbal signals of when he has to go to the bathroom.
so he's just gonna-
he has had quite a few accidents, and we have puppy pads around, but we don't know what his word is yet. We've tried.
It's cute, yeah.
I've never had a dog that hasn't liked the word outside or walk. Like, we'll say it, and he'll just look at us, and we'll go outside, and he just doesn't care, want to be there.
Does the dog know its name? Like, does it respond to Luca?
Yeah, that's like almost the only thing it kind of does know.
So Luca
doesn't-
is 100% off like my names for a baby now.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
cool.
mine. We own that one. You can't have it. You could try Lucas and like go off brands of my dog, but I don't want it too close.
Sorry, that got me. That got me. So, you guys just at home witnessed our first improv. Cameron doesn't even have a dog. That's just how often. No, he does. How impressive would that have been? That would have been a hell of an improv. Just
awesome.
lying, I suppose.
But I will say, okay, so the walks for me, though, I will say it's been appreciated just because I don't count steps, but I need to get something in because, I mean, I have a work-at-home job. I really don't get much movement other than, like, to the car to do things like podcasts and, like, have band practice where I'm standing in place. So I'm getting some miles in now, just, like, taking 20, 30-minute walks, like, once or twice a day.
That's always good. An excuse to exercise.
But that will be
We all need
disappearing a
those.
little bit soon because Nicole and I have been pricing, like, fencing kind of the backyard, finishing that off. And
That'll
getting
be
an
the end of
option
that.
Yeah,
I hate to
well,
break it
maybe
to you. I
the
think
end.
fencing's pretty expensive.
Oh, it's very expensive. So we're for sure gonna get just like one of those long kind of leash like poles in the ground.
Yeah.
Just a
vibrant, but-
stick in the law.
Yeah, but I mean, we do want to like finish getting some sort of like, even if it's just like a cheaper chain link situation, just to have him roam free back there. But yeah, it's been good. It's fun.
I'm going to reference your guys' dog. It's Chris Reimer's dog, but Atticus. They had a dog when
R.I.P.
they first moved into Chicago, and then it only died a few years ago, right? But it just...
months ago.
Oh, is that recent?
Yeah.
R.I.P. Atticus. Megan went over. She's like, I want to go on a run with Atticus. And I'm like, no, don't do that. You don't want to do that. She's like,
Atticus
no,
is
it'll
not
be
the dog
fun.
to take.
No. He just, everything he wanted to sniff and anything that was alive was just a really big deal. I was like, how was it? And she goes, this is awful.
For listener content out there, Atticus was a great dog for everyone that he lived with. He was a cuddler. He was just very protective and very territorial. Therefore,
Inside the house, he was chill with me.
Oh, he was great. Yeah, he was just a cuddler. He was also just like a big lap dog. But if you took him out on a walk, he was just aggressive with anybody that got too close. So trying to take him for a walk, I'm sure he would just lunge at anybody that got near him. So he wasn't the person to take him with. I am curious about our dog, if it will be a jog workout dog. Nicole wants to take him to the forest preserve and go through like a forest hike, but it's been just rainy and will be for the foreseeable future from what I've heard. So
He's got the best lawn on the block. And you know why? Because he trains his dog to crap in my yard.
You keep a horse in the basement?
Fucking Rumsfeld.
Jordan, you haven't owned any pets since moving out of the house. I'm up to 3 now. It's getting weird.
Megan
fucking farm
Megan
soon,
doesn't
dude.
like pets, so we don't have pets.
A fish? Anything just for looks, you know?
Fish are just decoration.
Yeah,
We talked about it last week, but
I don't want to have to feed my decoration.
you had a pet rat for a couple hours.
Yeah, it was more of like an adversary, but one of us was not going to live through the night. I'm just glad that we won. If you're following up on our episodes, picture what do they call it in Princess Bride? Those really large
rats of unusual size, or
yeah,
rats
that's
of
what we
normal-
were dealing with. It was just a real
Or like
big
the
problem.
Nutcracker. Like,
Yeah, it is like it's exactly like that.
The Kiefer Sutherland of rats. It was the Rat Prince.
Okay, I'm gonna switch topics. I had a thought today. I've recently started a new job, right?
Right.
And I'm still in the onboarding, bringing in process, correct? And I hope to stretch this for as long as I can. I hope I'm the new guy for 2 years, and they never expect anything out of me, right? That's where I'm coming from. But it occurred to me, isn't it crazy that we expect the president to do anything right away?
Well,
Like,
I mean,
how
I think
long are
it's
they new at their job for? When do they actually know what's going on? I know the State of the Union doesn't happen for like a year, but there's nothing that could prepare you for that job in any way. And I unless you were like the vice president or like Secretary of State, right?
I mean, Jordan, I think it's a joke now, but thanks, Obama. I mean, yeah, I think it's common. People have been, blaming administrations, wrongly for you forever.
No, I know they get blamed, but I'm saying that they're whatever the hell the actual job is, when do they get used to it? How long does that take?
I don't know if you ever do.
You just never do.
Well, it's like, I mean, imagine running for, like, let's say something as simple as, like, 5th grade class president. You promise vending machines full of Capri Sun for the whole grade. And then,
Pop will be in the
you get
drinking
elected,
fountains.
And then you're like, fuck, I
gotta
put my money where my mouth is. Like,
I will get us
who do
one
I
extra
talk to?
recess.
Yeah, no, you're not.
I guess I'm
No, you're
thinking
not,
about it more
Jeremy.
like this. How long does it take to get their daily routine of I go to this building to this building?
2 months.
2 months and they're good?
Yeah.
So you're saying that I'm definitely good for 2 months for my job then?
Yeah, for sure. Of being a little, yeah.
I don't know if I'd ever feel at home like in like the living quarters of like the White House, like.
Well, yeah,
Like
that's
just like scratching my balls and like just getting up and walking naked down the hallway and like, oh hey Tim.
yeah, and that's where I'm having a little conflict here, Jordan. When I say like, I'm saying 2 months for the president. I'm not saying 2 months for you. I think I'm saying there's quite a difference of stress level and just getting used to something. I'm saying about 2 months for him, and he's probably like used to the routine at least, getting used to.
They're really hitting the ground running though, as where I'm not.
Half a year, 6 months, 6 months. Then he's getting comfortable.
Well, I thought about this. Okay, so when no matter what position you start at a new place of business, there's always somebody that's been there longer and they know how everything works.
Right.
And they may be above you or below you in like the hierarchy of command. Mm-hmm. So when you're the president, it's got to be annoying that there's like people that are staffers is like, oh, you don't know how to do this, but you can't act like that. But they obviously know what you should do more than you do.
I can't even imagine. I'm sure it's super embarrassing. I mean, I've been at my job for 5 years, and there's so many things I just can't ask anymore because I have to know it.
So here's my bigger question based off that. Nobody should be able to be president. Like, how do you even do it? I don't think you can.
I've often thought this. Here's my idea to switch up the new president. It's just signed to somebody. Like, it has to be someone who doesn't want to, like,
jury
shit.
duty?
I don't want to do this. But it has to be someone qualified, like a scientist. Like, all of a sudden, like, Bill Nye, I'm like, shit, I have to be the president for, like, let's say 2 years since it's like jury duty. Like, we're serving you. You got to be the president, but you're a level-headed guy. You're not a power-hungry guy. That's what we got to do.
Yeah,
What do you think about
until you
like,
get power.
You can't be president until you have to be over 35. What do you think about that age limit? You want to be older, younger?
I think we should maybe also put a cap on it. I think that's a problem.
Yeah, there's got to be a
Let's
cap.
maybe say
There's gotta be a
35 to
cap.
60. Let's make it just that golden range of people who are
Well,
someone like
what's
us.
the
like-
national age of retirement? It's like 65 probably. You can't work past the age of retirement.
Okay, essentially, though, we're looking for people that feel like us. We are not young anymore. We're out of touch, but we're not old. We still kind of know what's going on. That's what I'm looking for in the president.
I don't know
Okay,
what I'm looking for
Zoomer.
anymore. You know what's crazy though?
I'm
On day
looking to
one,
not-
you
I'm
know what
looking
they,
to not
you know what
care.
they, you know what they do now though. Day
that?
one. Think about day one at your new job. You're like, oh, sweet,
Get in the
early out
Twitter
day.
user handle and password switched over. Get in my Instagram POTUS. Instagram.
No. They're not even do that. They're signing executive orders. They're like, I'm going to sign 30 executive orders now on my first day.
That's
I'm going
true.
to take it easy. This is an early out day. Just log
only
in.
9 a.m.
I'm taking
Yeah,
a
log
tour.
in.
I'm learning everybody's names. I'm finding out their favorite color just to get some association with the staff.
I can't.
And then
get an
tonight
omelet
I'm
right now?
attending 3 balls.
Yeah,
Like,
that
like
sucks.
galas. Okay, anyway, we're not like the presidents, but I'm just saying it's dumb
Oh,
that they
not
get
at all. Jordan, I can't. The amount of things they have to go to, I hate things. I avoid things at all costs.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought that was going to be great content, but I don't know if it was. That's my bad, guys. How's that dog going?
And he's fine. He's downstairs right now. We've been trying to force them together just because. So I've been living on the first half with the cats, and we just recently opened the door. But the second day of the door being opened, they get the whole basement level kitchen living room. We
Has
put a
it-
dog down there.
Has
So-
it brought your cats closer together, though? And it's like now us versus them?
No, because anytime there's a trauma, they just fight each other out of fear and confusion. So
Oh, no.
yeah. So
I
anytime,
can't be the weakest. All right, that makes sense.
so essentially that's what's happening. That they just get confused and just bat at each other too. But it's getting better. Honestly, it's only like 4 It's only 4 days, and they're already within the same room and sitting next to each other. So that's pretty huge.
So you
Now,
texted
I
me
think
last...
Poodle. Sorry, Jordan, go on.
No. I was going to say nothing.
No, well, I just think Poodle. I think of like kind of crazy hairdos. You can do anything crazy with the hairdos.
Honestly, I am a little excited about this. I wasn't looking for a poodle particular, but we needed something hyper allergenic. But the fact that you can do fun things, I would just like him to have a normal look. Unfortunately, part of the last owner not being able to take care of him, his hair was kind of matted, so they just had to shear him down pretty short right now. So his hair looks kind of just buzzed off and patchy. So
looks like a lamb.
Yeah, he doesn't look great. So I'm looking forward to the next few weeks that we can actually shape him into a nice little chia pet.
Right now, you're like Keanu Reeves some speed, but you want to see what happens when he's Johnny Utah. You want to let it flow.
Yeah, we want to get that down, which is going to be real nice. Yeah, but it's exciting stuff. They're getting used to each other. I'm trying to think though. How many weeks did it took? Like 2 weeks for my 2 cats to get used to each other, though, right, Mark? Well, it didn't take too long.
Well, yeah, it was interesting because Jax was the size of like your palm,
Yeah.
and like Finster just kind of had to deal with like having a little baby around. He almost was a big brother in that sense.
Which is a huge
He
change
still
because
is,
now it's like a 65-pound beast that they're just terrified of. So like they're being less. He's being less of a dick because I mean like he would lose. Like he just can't do that.
Oh, so they kind of know that they're not the Finster's not the alpha anymore. He knows.
Oh, they 100% know that. Yeah, they're terrified, Mark.
It is weird though. At one of our parents' cats was a really big. I'm gonna say the breed. It's a Maine Coon cat, and I know that because Mom brings it up so much. And that one stayed the alpha no matter what animal was there.
True.
It was it would swipe at any dog and be like, "This is my house." I'm the alpha.
They were always called very dog-like cats. They follow you around and they're territorial.
But not at all nice.
No. Just to switch up the topic a little bit, it's just been raining in Chicago for days, and I've been looking at the weather. It's supposed to rain for a few more. My fiance and I are just indulging in it, and we've just been having video game movie nights, which is why on a previous episode of What You Watching, I have a bunch of material. But just question to you guys. We've talked about good like storm movies before for like snow, but do you have a good rainy movie, just dreary day rain movie?
Like the movie itself has a lot of rain, or
No, not
movies
necessarily. Just like on a rainy day, you don't want to go outside, and it's like a good movie to put on.
Jordan, you want to take the wheel?
So mine often reflect the type of weather it is outside.
Mm-hmm.
So off the top of my dome, I'm a Dead Poets Society,
Okay.
a Goodwill Hunting.
I feel like those are also all seasons movies, kind of too.
That's true, but they're damp. and gray.
All encompassing. Those are good fall movies, though. Those have made our fall movie list before.
On a rainy day, it feels good to me. Actually, it's Finding Neverland.
Okay, I get that. That's actually
I turn to the whimsical coming of age movies.
honestly that's a good one. What was mine? This is kind of a weird one, and Mark, you might be able to relate to this. And I just watched this the other day because it was rainy. but Moana, the Disney movie. And here's how
Interesting.
Here's how it got on that list, though. We were recording our band's album in the studio, and Sunday was our day off, and everyone was super hungover, and it was just kind of a rainy day. And that was when Moana came to streaming, and we just happened to rent it, watched it, and it just kind of like nostalgically just got also incepted in there that like when I'm feeling hungover or a rainy day, you watch Moana.
Nice. I like that. Jordan, I can agree with you on those sort of somber, kind of fall,
I guess melancholy
melancholy
type a little bit.
movies. Yeah.
Like I could see October Sky being in one of those.
October Sky is definitely right on that same playing field. I would say a rainy day movie binge is good for like a Harry Potter marathon or like Lord of the Rings.
I could do that. Yeah,
Watch a couple of those.
I don't know
Marathon's
why.
good.
This is going to maybe be a little controversial for you guys, but it's also sometimes what I could just feel like watching like an Argo or a Munich or just something that's kind of more serious. That's like one of those movies that you're like, oof, that was great, but I don't really feel like watching it again. For some reason on rainy days, I'm like, oh, I'm feeling a little melancholy. Let's watch something real sad.
I do that all the time.
What out of those movies, what's the one you think you could go back to the most, has the most rewatchability?
Out of which one?
Let's not necessarily say Holocaust movies, but let's maybe say some like Holocaust. I'm going to say some hostage 70s terroristy movies like your Argo, your Munich. Kind of a heavy subject matter, but not. Let's not go all the way to Schindler's
Well,
List.
it's definitely not Schindler's List at
No.
the piano or
Pianist.
Jacob's Ladder.
I think Dead Poets that's probably it for me. That's a heavy hitter.
Well, I don't know. I
Are you
watched so many
saying
war movies.
specifically
Gotta
Are
be
you saying-
Holocaust.
Holocaust movie?
Are you saying specifically like hostagey movies?
Kind of, I guess, because I'm thinking
'Cause,
more
like-
Argo and Munich. Yeah, more of those
Well,
types.
Okay.
Argo is by far way more watchable than Munich because it's like
I've only
kind
seen
of
it
an
the
up.
once.
It's got way more humor. Munich has maybe none.
No, probably not. God, that is such a good movie. But weirdly enough, I have seen Munich like 5
Schindler's
times.
List a pretty big downer still from the last time I watched it.
I feel like Defiance
I
is
kinda wanna start-
almost there. What's that?
Oh, Defiance. Band of Brothers. That's a good one-off. Like,
Ooh,
That's been long
Rewatchable.
enough that I could get back into that.
and you know what? None of us are ever going to rewatch
The Pacific.
Pacific.
Do you know what? You might be the only person in this conversation that actually finished it, though.
I watched all of it. It's good. It's good. It's just not as good as.
The format change just threw me off. That I was like, this isn't what I signed up for. I was like,
Well, you had
everyone was
less
so
central
immersive.
characters. You had like 3.
Which
Kind
is
of followed
honestly was
3
probably
guys.
better though, because the whole complaint of Band of Brothers is like I'm kind of losing track of what's going on. You know?
Yeah, but you get there. Band
I
of
can
Brothers
get back
is great,
into
though.
that. How? I mean, the Pacific.
When you make
that
it
wasn't
to
as
Eagle's
long,
Nest,
was
you're
it?
like, fuck yeah. It's pretty long.
And when that guy gets shot after surviving the whole war, the anger.
It's rough. It's rough. I got. Can I give a baby size update?
Of course you can.
And
Baby size.
also something I learned about the baby size. Can you guess what we're at now?
What were we at before? We were at a pair.
Summer Squash.
We went from a pear. We didn't record last week. We got to the size of a pomegranate or large onion. We went with pomegranate.
large
Grapefruit.
onion,
I'm
you don't
going
wanna-
grapefruit.
That makes sense.
Is that right? Is that why?
No. I'm gonna tell you what I learned about this. It is the size of a cucumber now, and I'm like, what?
Come on.
Nope.
Le-
listen.
length?
It turns out
Really
we're only
thinned out.
we're only measuring length this whole time. It's just been length.
Oh, son of a.
I didn't know
they
that whole
have to
time.
say. They have to tell you that.
I
First.
wish I would have specified that.
There's no girth in there at all, huh? That doesn't even calculate.
girth.
That hasn't been girth. I'm like, because what are we doing here? We're getting spheres. So it's all just been from a length perspective.
That makes
And
a
we're
lot-
specifically talking about a 5.5 inch cucumber, which is a good size.
Isn't that
That's
a little
good
more
size.
reassuring? Though,
That's
to,
average
like,
size. I mean,
It's average size. That's fine.
You
That's
should
fine.
be proud of that. You
Isn't
should be
that a
proud
little
of
more
that.
like reassuring though to when we went to that weird pear to avocado where we were like, what's going on here?
Yeah. So So my updates will be length, and then I think it'll just someday, like 5 months from now, be a baby.
I'm actually still a little confused about that pear now that I'm thinking about it, because shouldn't that be lengthwise, like going up? That should be really tall. Or is that not
I
the
don't know.
height of it?
All I can
They
tell
gotta
you is this week we're at a 5.5 inch cucumber.
They got to throw out the fruit method, the fruit system, and just tell me the length, because we can't keep doing this fruit vegetable thing. Because I am just picturing a pear shaped baby.
Baby, yeah, we all were.
I mean, what else could you do though? It'd be funny if they were just doing weird regulation balls from sports we don't know. Like, start ping pong. We get baseball, softball, but like, there's gonna be some sport I have no idea about that.
I mean, we definitely had to be the size of ping pong or golf ball at some point, and baseball probably now. We're past all that, Cameron. We're talking cucumber
But if
shit.
we're just talking length and not even size at all, he could have just been like number 2 pencil.
Height,
which is fine. Which is fine.
Which is fine. Average size.
It's okay. I was making dick jokes.
Yeah, dick jokes are fun.
Needle dicks. I'm not even. I just watched the beginning.
Are we on
of
What You Watching, or are we on Urban Hermit?
We're doing Urban. And
okay.
I was watching I Know What You Did Last Summer, and it always just makes me think for some reason of that scene of Scary Movie 1 where he's screaming in the locker room, "Hey man, a needle dick's a disability, man," right before he dies. Speaking of which, that guy is in Peacemaker, which I meant to talk about during What You Watching. I'm all in.
Oh.
It's that John Cena show. It's hilarious. It's really funny.
John Cena doesn't do it for me. Will that be a big hindrance?
It doesn't matter because once again, he plays like a douchey, unlikable character. So the fact he plays into it, so it works. And no, because there's other comedians and all the other cast like elevated. The writing's good.
I guess in all honesty, though, John Cena is the second best wrestler turned actor of all times.
And
right?
again, you should watch
I'm not gonna.
Suicide Squad. It's funny.
I'm just not gonna. I'm not gonna watch all those. It's too many.
Oh, we didn't talk about this on What You Watching, but I feel like it needs to be brought up. Did you guys watch the Oscars?
I mean, I've seen the clips now.
I watched it live.
You watched that live?
Yeah, and then we had to watch it on Australian
the Chris
TV in
Rock.
the moment. I was as confused as everybody. Well, it just seemed like a joke, and then it was real, and then you're like, oh, Jesus Christ, Will Smith went crazy. Oh, shit, they gave him an Oscar. Oh, shit, he's talking. Oh, shit. Like, it just it kept happening.
I mean, I mostly
What do
caught
we
it
think?
through the family chat, but I mean, Will
I
Smith's
just feel like it has
been-
to be mentioned.
He's been getting weird and unlikable kind of for years, and I think the whole world's kind of getting...
Scientology, man.
Is that true?
So-
I wasn't sure if it was or not.
Well, I think he's a
Isn't she?
Scientologist. They are. But I've heard that it's like similar to like
Oh, we got a dog.
Tom Cruise's jumping on the couch. Like I guess it gets to you. I say the pressure got to Dad, but what pressure? But it turns out it's just being famous for this long in Scientology. I don't fucking know.
That'll do.
What are we gonna say that other people haven't already said?
I don't care. I just
No,
don't care.
yeah, I'm sorry. I feel like we had to at least mention it. It's something that's going on.
Did you
Take over
learn
the
the
internet.
day after or live?
Day after. I missed it. I really actually wanted to watch it, and I just,
Forgot about it.
for whatever reason, forgot, and then it's all that was all over Twitter. So
The one thing I will say that was sad, but that I wanted to do this year, is all the movies were so streamable and available everywhere for once that I could have actually like just marathoned it without it being much of a hassle, but I just didn't do it still. They only give you a week though, really, of having everything up there before the Oscars.
This is the least like Oscar movie I've seen in a while. But just one more thing, like, is he done or is he gonna come back someday? Will Smith.
Well, did
back.
they release yet what his punishment was going to be? Because they did say they might take it from him at one point, but are we past that?
The funniest thing I heard was I think Jimmy Kimmel said that he should have to do a roast with Chris Rock as the host of the roast.
That seems fair. That seems fair.
That'd be fun.
the hostess with the roastest.
Should we do that for the podcast? Should we just go down a Will Smith rabbit hole of movies?
What about our favorites?
No,
Hancock.
like just keep doing Will Smith movies for the podcast.
Oh, for Cult Classic.
Yeah.
That's actually good. Like, well, it's. I mean, like, we could just
Okay,
do.
name the ones we would want to
Bagger
do actually
Vans.
real quick. Controversial, can't do that one as much.
Yeah.
Which one?
Legend of Bagger Vance. I mean, people don't like
Oh
that.
yeah, that
obviously.
one we'd want to do. Unfortunately, it's a magical black character movie, but that one I would want to do.
Men in Black 1 and 2 and
That's it.
3. Actually, no. Men in Black 3
We
was
did
enjoyable.
Independence Day.
We already did Independence Day. That's the
Day,
biggest one.
Great.
I Am Legend.
We should have done I Am Legend probably during a lockout or
Yeah.
quarantine or whatever.
Yeah, that one's
But it was
fine. I never, everyone
That might
loved
be it,
7
though.
Pounds, but Hitchcock isn't good, but it's not bad.
Hancock.
Hancock, whatever.
Hancock.
Actually, he's also
I
in a
like
movie.
7 Pounds.
I believe he's also in a movie called Hitch or Hitchcock.
Hitched. Yeah.
Which-
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
I would we would
with
do
Eva
Hitch.
Mendes, which is a bad movie, but something I for
He
some
does
reason
look
own on
solid.
DVD. I'm trying to Wild West bad.
No, Wild Wild West we wouldn't do. So we'd really only do about
Really?
5.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. There's got to be someone else in there we're missing, right?
No, because he chased Oscars for so long.
Yeah, I mean, with the Pursuit of Happiness, kind of in your face.
Oh,
Probably
King
wouldn't do
Richard.
Ali.
Oh yeah,
Not-
Ali.
haven't
That's
seen-
the one you almost kind of like, you know?
King
Almost.
Richard, Aladdin.
Oh
Suicide
yeah,
Squad.
Aladdin. Suicide. Yeah, bad. The new one
Focus.
again. The new one's good. Wait, what's Focus?
iRobot.
Focus is him and.
Oh, iRobot's fine.
Oh
like
yeah,
Bad
we
Boys
could do
2.
Oh, the Bad Boys series. We could do that. That's just fun, stupid action.
that. Yeah. Margot Robbie and him are like heisty people. They're con men.
Oh,
con
I could maybe get into that. Mark, give me
It's kind
more.
of-
What else
it's
we
kind of a
got?
boring movie.
We're finding some that we could throw in there.
iRobot.
Yeah, that one's good.
Karate Kid.
Pass. He's in that.
Nah, I probably just produced it.
Yeah.
It's his son.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're not condoning what he did. It was disgusting, and we're not going to do any of it.
And I'm not actually even condoning him anymore. I'm just kind of. I'm done. I'm done with him. But
Yeah, I'm pretty over him. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, that's so out of touch.
If I was to pick a team and a side, I'd be Team Rock.
Everybody's Team Rock. Who's not Team Rock? You know what annoyed me is
Jada?
when people are like, and Will, I guess.
His son.
And I'll say
that immediately
Willow
posted-
when they're.
His son that posted, "That's what we do" on Twitter immediately after.
Yeah, I guess they're not. I mean,
I
haven't
haven't
heard-
Chris Rock's just response to the. It was a G.I. Jane joke. G.I. Jane. That's all he could say. He had nothing planned. Like
I can't
I
believe
kind
he
of like a
delivered.
celebrity guy.
There is already some not conspiracy, but theorizing going of what could Chris Rock have said? Because under his breath he mutters, "Oh man, I could," and people are like, "What could he have said? What did he know something about Will Smith?"
Probably, right? They're both
I
famous.
feel like a celebrity gossip podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is what we're doing.
this is what we do
What
now.
we're doing.
Hey, Mark, you
That's what we do
started
now.
it. You did it.
Yeah, I did. I brought it up. Let's go on. Something new. I've got a question for you guys.
Sure.
Go ahead.
When eating a pan of brownies,
Magical or
gravitate-
regular?
well, either or.
Sure.
Either or.
Corner or center?
Do you
Corners.
Do you gravitate towards corners or centers?
Corners.
I like brownies enough that I'm not too picky, but everyone likes that chewy crunch for sure. I mean, why not? Really, what you
Everyone
need to
likes
do,
the chewy crunch.
you got to, Mark, you got to update to the future. You got to get one of those pans that's nothing but corners.
Yeah, I've seen that. So that's where this came about. It's like
You got one?
someone's like, "Oh, that's blast." No, I just saw it on Twitter.
No.
No, I don't. No, I don't. I do want one though. I'm a corner guy.
Yeah, of course you are. It's chewy. It's great. Oh, Mark Jordan's showing us nothing but corners pan right now.
I'm surprised you don't own one
have
of those,
one?
Cameron. No, that'd be awesome.
I think I do. I own a donut pan for sure.
I got a real good question, though. I've turned into this. If I'm having a brownie or a dessert at home, I need a glass of milk.
Especially now that I'm not lactose intolerant, I'm dipping in. Oh, funny enough, we mentioned a few podcasts ago to go to Oberweis.
You give a mouse a cookie.
I got so close to going to
gonna want a
Oberweis
glass
like
of milk.
a week ago. Nicole and
Yeah.
I, we went to Dairy Queen. We had blizzards. No, I can't even remember. But for some reason, we had like smoothies and blizzards in the car already. And she was like, "Oh, Oberweis is there. Should we get ice cream and like milk?"
Wait,
I'm
you
like,
doubled down on ice cream?
yeah, we did. It was a great day, Jordan. I'm like,
Which one was better? Probably Oberweis, right?
No, I've been going hard on. Oh no, I'm sorry. It was Culver's. We were getting Culver's. We already had smoothies,
Custard, not
but
ice cream,
But we were
not
getting
ice cream.
Custard.
we were getting the mixers. So I had a Culver's mixer because you can replace that for free instead of your
Concrete
drink.
mixer,
It's not.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
not an
yeah.
upgrade to get rid of your drink and have a concrete mixer. If you guys want to know that, and it's not a small size.
Wait. You're just saying that you can buy a drink and then come back and be like, "Can you make a mixer?"
No. I'm saying if you get a meal.
No, Jordan, why would that be?
No. Listen to what I'm saying,
Okay.
guys. Everyone,
Listen to
everyone,
what-
shut up and listen, okay? I'm
That's
saying.
what I was trying to ask.
I'm saying if you
I
get
just
a-
wanted to know.
I'm saying if you get a basket meal at Culver's, it isn't an upcharge to replace your drink with a concrete mixer.
I
and it's
see
not
what you're
like a
saying.
serving size. It's like a small drink concrete mixer. It's great.
Hear me out though.
Gotcha.
I want a little more of a thirst quencher when I'm eating like a burger
Yeah,
and fry.
need
Maybe.
it.
Yeah. I do too. That's why I have pop at home because there's just a bunch. So I've actually just been getting free concrete mixers, baby. It's great.
So, do you
question
guys?
to you guys though? What are some of your favorite Blizzard mixers? What are some of the ingredients you like to throw
Love
in?
it.
What are
Snickers.
Love it.
I always Snickers. You can't go wrong with that.
100%.
Sometimes it gets too hard though with the nuts, and I get a little scared of like just tooth shattering.
Everything gets pretty hard, but Snickers is the one. Oddly enough, though, Dairy Queen doesn't do Snickers anymore.
You got
Isn't
rid
that
of
crazy?
it.
Cam-
Why?
I
don't
will
know.
Yeah, why don't they?
That's a classic.
I don't know. I went in there like a handful of years ago. Megan's dad will put for every local contest at KMCH, my name gets put in from
Our local
Megan's
radio
dad.
station, KMCH.
Our local radio station growing up at home, and I won a free Blizzard on my birthday.
Nice.
And I redeemed it over Christmas, and I'm like, oh, let's get a Blizzard. I'll have a Snickers. Like, oh, Dairy Queen doesn't have Snickers anymore. I'm like, oh, bummer. So that's how I learned it.
I'll tell you.
Good story. Good story.
Great story. I'm big on
Thanks,
Reese's.
guys.
I'm big on Reese's, and I know Mark is too. But question to you: would you rather
Reese's
have
Pieces?
Would you rather have Reese's Pieces in your ice cream or little bits of broken up Reese's?
I'm gonna tell you why Pieces is not the way to go, and it's the M&M. It's the reason why you can't get M&Ms in a Blizzard. And if you get M&Ms in a Blizzard, you're a fucking weirdo.
They're frozen.
Too cold.
It's because
Too cold.
they get way too cold. It's like chewing on little pebbles.
100%. I agree with you.
Chewing on little rocks.
You need those little pieces, which was also my fear of the Snickers, though, of the nut thing. Having
So
to-
we've
Right,
knocked
it's
out
the
the two
downfall
big
of the Heath,
categories.
too. Heath does that.
What do you guys do then?
Well,
You just like Oreos?
I do Reese's. I do Pieces if they're there, but I prefer the chunks. But I'll tell you what I've been going to, which is great. Little pieces of Heath. Those broken pieces of Heath are great
like
in
Heath.
there. I've been doing Heath and caramel, or I've been doing brownie and caramel, which is my new thing. I've just been having like fudge sundae kind of vibes, and they're great.
Sometimes Heath falls under that, gets a little too.
It does.
too hard.
It needs to be real shattered and powdery. It needs to be small pieces, you know.
Even if
Yeah.
I'm at anywhere, my ice cream, I'm doing a turtle sundae
Okay.
over any mixer or anything. Turtle sundae, keep it classic. Like 4 ingredients, boom. Hot fudge.
Cameron, can he do that?
You can.
That's what I would do.
Of course, you can do that. No one
Can you do
goes.
that?
No one goes like the gummy bear sweet candy route, which I
Oh,
appreciate.
hell no.
You can't do those. Any gummy thing in ice cream, same problem. A lot of these candies just get too hard. You can't do it.
So if we go to do it your own, like a froyo type place, I think that the biggest mistake is that people put too many ingredients. You got to keep it to 2 or less.
2 or 3 to make it like an actual good cohesive mix.
I'd say 2 ingredients and 1 sauce. So there's your 3.
I'd agree with that. I usually try to stick it to 2, and it usually is just some sort of like chocolate caramel thing that makes sense together. You know, because
Do you think if I?
it's hard to mix the sweets together. Sometimes getting the fruits and making that mix with other things,
Yeah.
it can get tricky. Sorry, Mark.
Do you
go
think
on.
if I brought
I thought-
like a Butterfinger into like Dairy Queen, like they would blend that up for me in a Blizzard?
Yeah,
I mean, it
Do you think
depends
if I
how
brought
weird
my-
you make them feel.
if you really
If
want
they
to,
don't want
I'm
any
gonna-
trouble like during their shift, it's like, yeah, we'll just no problem, sir.
Yeah, of
we're
course.
definitely gonna blend that up for
course
you.
you can.
But
Plus, people
like
are-
just no problems.
people aren't going to ask questions too. If you just say like, "Hey, I have a food allergy. I need this Butterfinger in there," like, okay, that seems like weird, but okay.
Maybe pre-COVID.
I mean, if I was working and I got weird vibes from someone, like, yeah, I'll blend it up. Just like, be cool.
There's no problem. No, I don't want
I
any
worked,
problems.
I worked at Pizza Hut, and I didn't know it was a thing that people brought in gluten-free dough. But the first time it happened, I was working in the back,
No.
and I just did it. And I was like, people do it all the time, especially big chains like that. It's totally normal if you have a gluten deficiency or anything like that. That people just bring in some of their own ingredients, or like people would bring in cheese, but like, can you make it with this kind of vibe? It happened.
You should.
Do they tell you how to cook it? Like, do they just kind of
it's
wing
just
it?
no, it's just like, I mean, you still do your same Pizza Hut process. People would just bring in their own gluten-free dough.
What I love about that is, I'd be like, you can bring
Interesting.
in as many ingredients as you want, but if you let us go back there and put it on oil and toppings, it doesn't matter what you hand us. You're gonna get fucking sick.
Well, true, but
Like, you got no chance, no business.
But they won't get intolerant sick. They'll just get good old grease diarrhea, Jordan. Just like everybody else. It's a level playing
I just
field.
want to be normal. And out
So,
there.
2 things about me working at Pizza Hut that I just actually kind of remembered. One, we were thinking about entry-level jobs and just trying to push how long you could not know things. That was my first job ever, and I just refused to learn a couple things. One, I never made a pasta at Pizza Hut. I was a cook in the back. I only ever made a pizza, and from what I understand, the pastas were easy, but it was just one of those things that I was like, if I learn how to make it, I'm going to have to learn how to make. I'm going to have to start doing every single one that comes in. And for a month straight, I rocked. I'm new. I don't know how to make the pastas yet. And it was always busy dinner rush that no one wanted to teach me. And I finally quit before I actually ever had to learn how to make a pasta at Pizza Hut. And I pride myself at that.
I mean, I guess if that's prideful, I've never learned any job I've ever had.
Well, as
I
far
don't know
as
if
just
this
like
is
that entry level, trying not to learn things vibe at new
Yeah.
jobs.
Cameron, I don't know if this is still true, but in 2013, there was a stat that came out that said Pizza Hut was the biggest buyer of kale in the U.S.
For what?
And it's because they dress their salad bars with.
It's not edible kale?
No, it's not.
Like nobody
it's not
eats
in
it?
the salads. It's like it's what the salad sits on is like a bed of kale.
Huh. Interesting. I can't. Yeah, we still had the buffet at the Pizza Hut when I worked there. Our Pizza Hut.
If
in
you're
our
a kale
hometown
farmer,
slowly-
they're like, "Do you still have the Pizza Hut account?" It's like, "No, we lost it." Oh, God damn it!
They moved
I'm
on
gonna
to
have to
baby
go home and
spinach.
tell my family.
Mark, just to give you a little vibe of what kind of Pizza Hut this was, when I worked there, we got a rating from the corporate person going in, and I believe we were rated almost in every category the bottom Pizza Hut in the state. And there's gas station
That's
Pizza
saying a
Huts.
lot.
Yeah. On like
I remember-
customer service, cleanliness, just like time of order, like everything. It was like pretty low.
I remember eating at that Pizza Hut like when there was like a smoking section, and it was just.
I smoked
yeah.
in that. I remember smoking in that section as a underage teenager. Yeah.
Can't believe that they got poor.
I
You know what always
was
pissed
working
me off
there at the
about-
time, and they knew I was 16, but it was small town shit.
You know. You know what's pissed me off about working at restaurants, or one of the many aspects is I hated that people who smoke got a break. They get to smoke. It's their right, I guess. They treat
It's
it
by
like I'm
right.
like you.
And I smoked
Like, I don't
heavily
know,
at the
like-
time, so yeah. I mean, being a server though, yeah, Jordan, you needed it. Having your name is a server. You're serving people. It's so demeaning.
No, I know, but there's no equivalent for the non-smoker. That's
Yeah, it is. It's called waiting outside in the cold and rain, but not enjoying it at all. You can still take the break.
not in the same way. It's not like a get out of jail free card that smoking a cigarette is.
I agree with you. It is bullshit, but you just have to go out there and hang out with the smokers at the same time. It's just what you have to do. You have to time it up with
Okay,
them.
I guess what I'm saying is like when a rush happens, a smoker can take a break.
You could do. I have worked. I did
Like
work at
during a busy time.
I did work at a restaurant. It was off-putting where one of the chefs, we had like a picnic table back there, and he would just silently for like 10, 15 minutes just sit by himself and stare, then go back inside. So I mean,
Yeah, he needed that. He really
Yeah,
needed
you
that.
could do that.
Hey, that guy gets a Butterfinger Blizzard made when he brings in his own Butterfingers.
I forget the guy's name now. That
There's
I would say
crazy
it.
behind the eyes. There's crazies behind
There
the eyes.
was actually, because this guy was a person who was on a permanent acid trip, so there were some other odd behaviors.
Jesus.
Like Sunday mornings, we always had to like blare gospel music, and he would work in the kitchen with the lights off. So that was your typical Sunday working at Cedar Lodge. It was a fun time though, for it being a shitty waiting job.
Best job in we've gone down this rabbit hole.
Oh, we've said it a million times.
This is gonna transition to me to a thought I had last Urban Hermit that I didn't get. What do you think? The older I get, like a commune or a cult situation for me isn't the worst idea. Like I don't want to be a leader, just a role, just no responsibilities. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have a kid now, so that would be mean to the kid.
I think you're wrong about, because I think there is a
Being mean to the kid?
Well, that's
No, I think that'd be rude.
No, that's a given. I mean about you liking it, because I think what you're failing to see is like in all these communes and shit, there's, I mean, you're forced. It's forced labor, not forced labor necessarily, but like you're gonna be forced to do shit you don't want to. It's not like you're just chilling. Like you're gonna have to like help with menial tasks and stuff. I think you're gonna hate it.
Yeah, but maybe I could get a managerial.
What you're looking
like,
for, Jordan, is a cult leader. You're looking for someone who's maybe
Oh
just
no, heavy lies the crown, heavy weighs the crown. I don't want all that responsibility.
Jordan just at the end, but that's actually pretty light. You just have to be like, well, we're done. You're seeing something. You're not seeing the exit guys here. You know what I mean?
No, I want to be like a high level manipulative, like middle management guy. Has a little responsibility. Some of the perks.
Those people usually
course,
end
some
up
of the perks.
taking a lot of blame if they survive. I mean,
Oh, there's no survivors, Cameron.
yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Why not just be at the top?
Mark, you've been pretty quiet. What do you think? You pro or against Colts?
Jordan, you're okay. Here's where you're wrong again, because like it's like that.
No, Cameron, let me.
It's
Like
that
it's Mark's
Stalin.
turn
It's
now.
like that Stalin movie, mid-level manager. You're just worried about me about being a conniving bitch and like stabbing you in the back. You know what I mean? Like it's vicious in that area in the mid-level management.
I'm saying so mid level. I don't want to see the leader. I don't want to be like part of the brass. But like a guy, just
Sounds like Cameron's got a case of the Mondays.
Sorry,
Mark, what do
Mark.
you
Your
think?
thoughts on Colts?
No, I'm pro cult, pro occult.
I mean, we are officially part
Ooh,
of
Possum,
occult.
opossum, coat, occult.
occult is like evil witchcraft. I learned that from The Simpsons.
Oh, you're from the Midwest,
Yeah,
and it's just
into it.
oh, it's a cult.
I'm 100% into it
Into it lately.
lately. You're a Wiccan? Is that what you call yourselves nowadays? A Wiccan?
Yeah, that just means your witchcraft hasn't produced anything yet to me. Jordan, actually, question to you. Why not try, you've been to Israel a few times. I feel like you would be wanting to soft try kibbutz, the communes where they all just work and live together. Like that's a cult without
The perks. Yeah, I know.
what do you mean the perks? Usually it's like, if you're not the leader, I usually think it's not fun.
I wouldn't say that. It seems like a kibbutz is just like literally a communal workplace.
Yeah, which is essentially a cult.
Without the kookiness of a cult. And I'm not saying like I'm pro like sexually assaulting women or anything like that, whatever cults do. I'm just saying, like shenanigans.
Jordan, I think you should just drop acid on a kibbutz is what I'm saying. I think it's just a safer option.
Safer, yeah. But kibbutz are going to be like, did you do your job?
Jordan, here's
and
the problem. I feel like
there's more
but then they're gonna put you in the boo box. You know what I mean? Like it's the worst outcome.
The boo box. That's a pretty sweet boo box reference. Like, have you been planning that? Was that just off the top of the head?
Yeah, off the top of the
head.
Not
the boo box. Okay, no, I'm not pro cults. I guess I'm just saying, as I'm getting older, I've run out of answers. And I got nothing but questions.
Well, it's a good thing you don't have to give a kid a bunch pretty soon.
No, Megan will take care of it and nurture
There's
it.
a
Like,
fine
I don't
line
think it
between
should
those.
listen to me.
There's a fine line between those like white linen suits and like just white linen robes. And that you move to like Norway.
Now
and
we're
just, like, in
talking.
Midsummer.
That is the one thing we're not thinking about.
Never seen Midsummer.
Colts are usually pretty pro leisure wear, so that's something to look forward to.
They are track suits.
And I like the idea of matching gear, kind of. I don't know, going out as a crew.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, turns
yeah.
in like we're all getting into the cult for different reasons, and Cameron is the swag. Cameron's like
Cameron wants the
recruiting.
black Nikes and the Kool-Aid.
So this is actually kind of funny. We all fell into this cult behavior with wardrobe once. When I was in high school, randomly, like we called them our cool shoes, but what it was is like 10 of our friends
They're called dancing shoes.
Oh, our dancing shoes. I'm sorry. 10 of our friends just like were hanging out, went to Walmart during high school, and ended up buying all the same pair of like old people like arthritis
Velcro.
like Velcro comfy shoes that were super.
Were they really comfy though?
Oh, they were padded
so
like
comfy.
a cloud. But
So
everyone
comfy.
joked and called them our dancing shoes. But it became a thing in high school for a second where everyone was buying like the generic like comfy old people shoe from
$5.
Walmart. Yeah, and wearing them around. But it was actually dope because everyone was just super comfortable for like a month. I missed that.
I think they almost like I think they raised the price after like a week because they're like, damn, there's like
had to have.
there's a monopoly.
There's demand for this now.
There's demand for these.
All you guys did was just ruin elderly
Yeah.
people's shoes. But
Yeah.
you believe these shoes cost $40 now?
Damn,
What
and
the
I'm on a
fuck?
budget, and these shoes are getting real expensive.
I'm on a
The New
fixed
Balance,
income.
like,
I've been retired for 40 years.
The senior wear from New Balance, like the rep was like, oh my god, it's happening.
We're finally onto something.
We're finally onto something.
I did a similar thing in high school. We all bought work boots. I don't know why.
Yeah, but that was kind of more of like an early 2000s
Like
look.
Tim's?
Yeah, it was like a Timberlands. Kind of
I did them and I called them my leisure boots because I'm like, I'm not going to do 1 ounce of work in here. And then I think they just got hand-me-down to dad and he did a lot of work in them.
Oh shit! Do you want to hear something crazy? So I had to buy today on Amazon just like a bunch of dog things. Like we were buying like leashes and things, but we were looking at dog jackets for him just because it's been a little chilly. But there's a straight up Carhartt dog vest that costs like $50. That's like on brand with being as good as my jacket. So there's a moment I was like,
Yeah.
does my dog deserve a Carhartt jacket? He didn't.
I'm going to answer that no.
I mean,
I'm not saying your dog doesn't, but just no dog.
There are people who buy that shit though. You know what I mean? Like there's a reason why they're selling.
Oh,
it.
yeah,
Like,
for
people
sure.
fucking
it's
buy
so
I've
that.
funny
seen-
to me that tan Carhartt jacket comes for a dog.
I don't deserve a Carhartt jacket because I'm not a worker.
I was sticking away from like the ones that looked like I take my dog on a run that were like too reflective and sporty looking that would have been too windbreakery. Just going for a classic. My dog's cold.
The best thing that came out of was that Christopher Nolan movie with Matthew McConaughey. I'm blanking right now.
Interstellar.
The best thing that came from Interstellar is like, should I get a Carhartt jacket?
And
Should I wear a Carhartt jacket?
We still
It's
have
good look.
It's a great look.
No, not for me though.
I'm out of things for this week. Should we wrap it up or we're coming up on about an hour?
Yeah, let's wrap it up this week.
Thanks for tuning in to Urban Hermit and checking out all the podcasts on the Majestic Jam Network. If you like what you heard, make sure you like and subscribe on your favorite app and recommend. We are a brand new podcast, so we need more listeners out there and more people joining the conversation. Till then, we'll check you next time.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.